So next up, we are very honored to have Dr. Jean-Baptiste and Mr. Alix Simeone. Dr. Jean-Baptiste is the Director of Minority Affairs, the Medical Director for Healthcare for the Homeless, and an Assistant Professor at Harvard Medical School. And she's also the co-founder of UDH Health Coach. And Mr. Simeone is the founder of UDH Health Coach, and they will today be talking to us about healthcare equity and lessons learned from working at the grassroots level. Thank you so much, and I'll hand it over to both of you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you, Mayor, for the presentation, and it's a pleasure to be with you today. And so let's start with the slide. And so we're going to share the slide, and you let us know if you get it.
Yeah, we see it.
See. Okay. Sorry, 1 minute. Okay. So today we're going to talk about the work, as Mayor stated, that we've been doing with a patient here at in Massachusetts, and also extending that work to the Haitian student living in Haiti. And as we go to the presentation, you will make sense of what's happening. So next slide, please. Okay. So the agenda, Alix?
Yes, the agenda is who we are and what we do.
And then we'll have a background of both of us.
And also you will have the opportunity to have a interactive slide chart.
Mm-hmm. And the word of the day from the presentation.
And we will have an overview.
And cultural pride and history of Haiti.
And not forget about the background of diabetic group.
And Radio Point Santé.
And at the end of it, we will have some question, and make sure we put some question for us on let's chart.
Yeah, okay. So a little bit about my background. I am from Haiti. I think we went back, Alix. I am from Haiti, and I grew up in Haiti and went to medical school there. And then after that, I decided to come to the US just for a short time, and we're still here. So my idea was to get more training and to go back to Haiti, where I would be practicing medicine. But given the political turmoil, things happen differently. And I'm still working at the Cambridge Health Alliance, where I train. I am doing HIV care. I have a special interest in immigrant care because I'm a primary care, but from Haiti, and also metabolic disease. So this picture is the picture where the little girl you see in front here is me. And then the second row, you can see my grandmother who is me, my aunt, and the little cousin.
Myself is not different. And as you see, my name is Jean-Alix Simeone. And between Jean and Alix, you will see a dash. But on my birth certificate, there are no dash on it. Why? It's because, especially Haitian or French people, you will see a lot of Jean. Everybody is a Jean. But I just want to, people call me Jean-Alix, or you call me Alix. That's the reason you see the dash. Jean-Alix was born in Haiti, a little small town. They call that one Gantier. It's not too far from Santo Domingo. It's like about 30, 45 minutes from Santo Domingo. It's not too far. And then I went to school in Haiti, elementary school and secondary school on public school. And then I worked after school. I went to accounting school and get a bachelor degree. And then I worked for the National Bank of Haiti for about from 82 to 88. And in 88, I left country and I came here. Why I left Haiti? At the time, I had a secure job at the bank. When you work at the bank, it was secure. And the reason for that is because I saw when those computer has issues, they have to wait for people from Santo Domingo, Miami, like in Florida, or Jamaica, just to fix a computer. And then I always said, why it's like that? And at that point, and then I said, okay, I can come here and learn how to fix a computer and come back home and then make it more easy. And that's not happened that way. When I come here, that is true. My first job was a job at a little computer store. What I did there, I just drove a truck to make a delivery. Why I accept that job is because I know if I expose the computer and then I can learn easily how to fix a computer. That happened. That's at that time. What happened next? It's like I work for different computer company. I work for IBM and Intuit, like everybody right here, you know about those companies, for 30 years. Now, I just try to relax a little bit, but my relaxation is with my UDH health coach. As you can see, I'm the founder of UDH health coach, and then I feel like I learned so many things at home. Like a Haitian can say, gratis ticherie. It's like a free, because we don't pay that much like a here. And then that's the time for me to give back. What I'm doing, I just assist, support, and do the counselor for UDH health coach. And I think that's the time for you to pick up.
Yes, so next slide. So what do you know about Haiti, Haitian culture, Haitian people? What have you heard? Do you have any favorite station name you know? This is for you, the assistants. Does somebody want to write something on the chat? But because we don't want to waste time, we'll continue while you're writing. So cultural pride. So we have the Bassin Bleu. It's a beautiful site, I'm told, because I never visited it. And it's in the south, and it's a crystal clear water. And when you look at it, it's all blue. And it's like spring water. And then we have La Citadelle La Ferrière, which is one of the wonders of the world. This was constructed after we gained our independence. It's a fort where people were so nervous that they will lose their freedom. So they always had somebody watching, making sure nobody is coming back to invite us. And the famous name, people who make us famous around the world, we have Toussaint Louverture, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Dany La Ferrière, who is a well-known writer, who is a part of the Académie Française. And Edwidge Danticat, you may know about her. She came in at age of, I believe, 8 or 9, and she had written so many books about it. And I will not continue with it for the interest of time. I'm just going to just go to the next slide. So an important thing to know about Haiti, people are so proud of their flag. The flag, Haitian flag, it's made out of the French flag, where people, it was a symbol of liberty. So they had a ceremony, what you see here. They call it flag ceremony. So the slave met together and they rip out the white and put the blue and red together. And in the middle, what you see, it's the emblem of l'union fait la force. That means together we are strong. And this is the island of Haiti, with the island of Hispaniola. And Haiti occupied the third of the island in the western part of the island. Next slide, please. And so the impact of French colonialism. You may not know about Haiti, but, and I don't want to generalize, a lot of people are very proud to be Black and to be from African descent. However, we also have some, we call that vestige in French, but it's like the internalization of trauma. People want to be light skinned, so they will be bleaching. They want their hair to be looking straight, so they do hair straightening. But I think it's less and less often now. So Haitian is the oldest Black republic in the world, and we are so proud of it. So we have 2 seasons, the dry and the rainy season. This is important for you to know, because once I was doing a mental status around a Haitian patient, and I say, how many seasons you have? It's a doctor, I only know 2 seasons, the dry and the rainy season. So you will think, oh, the patient is confused what she's talking about. But she's talking about a culture. Even though she lives in America, but she's still embedded in her own culture. So that's something to remember. So as you may know, 80 fought the independence, and 1804, they became independent. So, and after that, Haiti was so proud that we went all over to help other people gain their independence. But that didn't help us, because now French came back to us and told us we have to pay 91 million of gold francs. Can you imagine? So in order for them to recognize us to be independent. And there are a series of bad things that happened to us, multiple earthquakes, which caused food shortage. The USA invaded Haiti in 1915 in order to help create stability. And then we again had multiple presidents being ousted. One of them was killed recently, 2 years ago. And with each of those incidents, it brings more instability to the country. And we saw recently, after the President Aristide was ousted, then we had an occupation, and that occupation brought an outbreak of cholera. And to this day, we still have the cholera from time to time in Haiti. So the demographic, as we said, primarily African descent, 2 spoken language, Haitian Creole, which is a mixture of multiple language. Some of the languages are from Africa, but we also have French. And I would say a language reflects the history of the person, of the population. So you will find Spanish, you will find some English words. So it's like a mixture of everything. 10% or only 10% of the population is fluent in French. However, if you ask a Haitian what language they speak, they will tell you French. And I remember years ago, the hospital where I worked, they had issues because they were asked the patient, what language do you speak? They get a French interpreter and they could not get anywhere. So it has to do again with colonialism. So we don't value what we have. We tend to adopt the one that other people have because you think it's better. The life expectancy in Haiti is internal operation, internalization. Life expectancy is 62. Haiti literacy rate is about 61%. Why is that important? You can go back to the next slide. Please. I'm sorry, I should back forward. Yeah, again. So now I've been practicing medicine for 30 years. And I felt that I was stuck because I keep giving advice to my patient, but the patient sometimes follow it, but they mostly listen to their neighbors or their family member. So when I heard that there was a way to get a group visit, I jumped into it. I said, this is my lifesaver. And that's all. In 2003, we funded the diabetic group. And you say May 18, this is the flag day. So we choose it as a symbol. And what we did, we figure out, since the Haitian listen to their peer better than to their healthcare, to their clinician, so why don't we do a peer-to-peer education? So the one who's doing better will come and teach the other patients about their condition. And as we were doing that, we studied. And I had Dr. Katz's name here. She's from Harvard Global Health, and she's very invested in anthropology. And we had evaluated the meeting from the patient from time to time to figure out what are we doing? Are they happy about it? Do they have suggestions? So next slide, please. Yeah. So here you see the picture of the diabetic group. So it's a very vibrant group. And we've been doing it since 2003. And people like it so much that from one group, before the pandemic, we had 3 groups. The next one is, so we keep evaluating, asking the patient, next slide, about what they like. So the objective of the group was to stimulate the patient lifestyle modification for better health and diabetic control, enhance clinician and student knowledge about cultural barriers to within healthcare by learning from patients, and a system improvement for better healthcare provision to immigrant population. Next slide. My student, who was a Harvard student, who was in his 3rd year, got so much into it that his project became a video about this group. What he did, he went and interviewed the patient about their experience, and then we used that video as a tool to educate not only the patient, but also the providers. So that's the name of the video, Let's Fight Diabetes. So next slide. So from there, you can go to the next one. The patient told us, doctor, you talk a lot about food. Why don't you demonstrate to us how to cook healthy food? That's one of the evaluation. So since they asked that, I said, okay, so let's try. And I applied for the Center for Primary Care for a grant. And then we had this project. What we did 6 cooking sessions. But the first one, next time, we invited the patient to come and to see what they do. And you will see that the first cooking session, they cooked for only 12 people. They used half a gallon of oil. And we observed it. And then we had a discussion around oil. And the second time, this is them cooking again. This is how much oil they used the second time. So we had multiple sessions like that. Next slide, where Haitian like salted fish. The reason we like salted fish is because remotely there is no electricity. So people mostly, they salt everything for conservation. So when they move to the US, that's what they are used to. So they cook the salted food. And if you have a diabetes with hypertension, you eat that, even though you wash it out, the salt is still there. So we say, why don't we try the fresh food? Next slide. And so we have codfish, but fresh codfish. And we cook it, and we had a conversation around it, and they feel that's something they could do. Next slide. So now switching back, everybody heard about the earthquake. It was a big disaster, and it put us behind a lot of loss of lives. So those are the pictures. And then the next thing is our famous radio, Point Santé. So in the beginning of the HIV epidemic, I used to do radio, and Alix used to do radio on his side. And one day he said, why don't we do a radio show? I said, really? So that's how we started. So, and the idea behind the radio show, next slide, is because, again, I was tired to hear patients say, oh, I listened to a radio, and they said the little black pill is so good for you. And they will just leave the medicine away and just use that black pill. So we say, okay. So the only way we can counteract that is coming with a show where we tell them, this is what the research is saying. So this is what you do. Vaccination, this is what you do, a lot of stuff. So, and to this date, we still have the radio show. Again, we study it. So we partner with public health, and we had the student come do their project called ALE, which is a practicum. And this is one of the students went and interviewed the patient, and those are some of the patient quotes. Listening to Point Santé increase patient knowledge about their healthcare and disease condition. Next slide. Patient agree that listening to the radio, it's an effective way to improve health literacy. So some of those quote on English and in Haitian Creole as well. And I think you went backward. Okay, I think that's the end. So we are closing by showing you what we call a ceremony law. So what it is, the slave, when they were to be liberated, they used their religion that they imported from Africa. And that's where they really pull their strength together so they can liberate the country. What you see here is a woman in trance. She's possessed by the spirit. And the spirit is telling the rest of the people their future or whatever they have going on, the spirit will tell them. So a lot of time, people, when they are not doing well, they will go to the Wunga, that's the priest, the voodoo priest, who will tell them what to do. So one suggestion is to work with those people, the Wunga and all those, not only the Wunga, but the church, the pastor, to be together so we can reach the patient better. And I think that's where I'm going to leave you. What did you learn today? I will ask you to tell me one word. How this learn impact you, or you're going to use it forward? What question you have for us? And how do you think that presentation is going to help you with your future?
Thank you very much.
And that's the end of the presentation.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Jean-Baptiste and Alix. This was such a powerful presentation, and it was just so, I just feel so mind blown seeing the continued strength of the Haitian people, and this really gives global health from a truly global perspective. And I really love also the anecdote you both shared at the end and how that connects to the broader picture. So this was very amazing. Thank you.
You're very welcome, and let me take the opportunity to acknowledge a few students from Haiti. They are right here, and some of them in Haiti, and some of them in Canada. And then we have a student with us also and follow. And then I would like to just acknowledge that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the opportunity. And so we didn't get a chance to talk about what the pandemic brought a lot of negative impact, but also there was some positivity because with the pandemic, that's how I met Mayor. We started online class in Haiti for the students who are in the.
Yeah, sure. So it looks like we'll have time for one question. So Junie, looks like you have a question. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much for the presentation. I learned like a lot that I didn't know already. So Dr. Jean-Baptiste, how important is healthcare equity work for building professionalism and especially among students?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Oh, okay.
Could you speak a little louder, Junie?
Yeah, how important is healthcare equity work for building professionalism, especially among students?
I think it's a very good question, and it's so important. It's crucial. You know, it's important that the student understand because we are in it together. Whether you live in here in the US or the pandemic show it to us. So, and also to be aware that you cannot treat everybody the same. So everybody has their own culture. So, and then the student, I don't know if I'm answering the question, but the student really need to be aware that it's important to have that in mind, that you have to deal with and we don't ask you to know about all the culture, but an idea to figure out from the person who's in front of you, how is that helpful to him or her or they, and what can you do to, and how they can help you understand them, rather than thinking that you know everything, but to be open, to be curious about someone's culture and how you're going to adjust that culture to the patient you are taking. So those examples I gave you, now we are about to translate it to other culture. But I like at Cambridge where I work, we're starting back the cooking class, the cooking session. But this time I'm not only doing this with Haitian, but I'm also going to do it with Latinos. How I'm going to do that? I don't speak Spanish. I have a strong interpreter services at CHA. I will ask the patient about their recipe. I will observe what they're doing. I will give them advice how to modify it so they can remain in their culture.
And now also UDH health coach believe that if you know the where the patient come from and you know the culture, you can do that one, you can treat them better, you can help them better. At this point, what we do is we have a Creole class for provider, for American or for clinician. We have a class we're doing and then teach them how not only for the language, but the Haitian culture. Because if you know the Haitian culture, and so that will allow you to better understand and better, you know, to have a better treatment for the patient.
So I don't know if I had answered the question.
Yes, you did. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing about your culture.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jean-Baptiste and Alix. Really appreciate your time today.
You're welcome. Our pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.